AJA Video Systems, proud supporter of Just Seen It, offers a wide range of professional acquisition and post-production solutions. Learn more at aja.com/PTV. Alex is a family man and dedicated cop, mortally wounded in the line of duty. So Omnicorp turns him into a robotic crime fighter.
Make him more tactical, make him look, let's go with black.
But Alex doesn't follow his programming in seeking out the truth in Robocop.
Hi, I'm Salim, and I'm here with Zorianna and Leah, and we're here to talk about Robocop. We've all just seen it. I guess I'll start. I am a huge fan of the original 1987 Robocop, directed by Paul Verhoeven. One of my favorite schlocky, satirical movies of that time period. It had everything that you could want in an 80s movie. Unfortunately, I don't feel like I got everything that I wanted in this film.
If you're a fan of the original, this film is going to have a really tough time winning you over or getting you to like it or appreciate it. And if you haven't seen the original version, it might be difficult for people to kind of grasp what's going on in this film, particularly with the updated politics that are happening and what have you.
No, stop. My take on that is different. I think if you're a fan of this movie, of the original rather, if you see this new update, I don't think you're going to feel like your franchise got desecrated.
There are people who are going to be very protective of the original and will keep reading this one against that
Look,
one.
no. I felt like the reason why I completely disagree with that is because the original Robocop existed in its time period and was perfect for the time period that it was made in.
Correct.
They're trying to update it and they're trying to make something new in this time period. I just don't think it meshes well. They tried to make a realistic version of a movie that was not supposed to be seen as realistic in the first place.
I think that that's exactly what works about this one.
You know, I appreciated the big ideas that were in this film. Perhaps they may not have been realized to its full potential. It's a really noble attempt to remake this movie.
Yeah, let's talk about the acting a little bit. We have Joel Kinnaman, who we know from The Killing, playing RoboCop. I think he's great. I feel like he knew what he was doing when he came into the role of playing Alex Murphy. He's gonna have to play this robot guy, but what I love is that he also has to do the movements of the robot. A lot of the original RoboCop, there were moments where he couldn't even run. So in this one, it's really interesting to kind of see him really get dedicated to how RoboCop would actually move.
No one's bad. There's no bad acting here, but there's nothing truly wowing me here.
This is private property. You are not authorized to be here.
I'd put those guns down now if I were you.
You like Michael Keaton. I know you're a big fan of Michael Keaton.
I did like Michael Keaton, even though he had a few Beetlejuice moments.
And that's what I'm saying.
There,
like there are moments where I was like, oh, what are we back in Multiplicity? And which was funny. You know, he was playing his typical
Samuel L.
comedic
Jackson
self.
had
Same thing,
some like, you know, snakes on a plane moments in this.
You know, I felt like Sam Jackson was in his own separate movie.
He was.
I mean,
he more or less, he doesn't interact with anybody else in the movie.
But I think that's the point. The thread of media and the critique of infotainment media and how it's gone from being about a free press to really being an arm of corporate America or neoconservatism. I think that was great. Sam Jackson in that part, though.
No, but it's like, listen, Bill O'Reilly is Bill O'Reilly. He is big. He doesn't try to be big.
Oh, okay.
I felt like Sam Jackson was trying to be those big Fox News reporters as opposed to embodying what they're all about.
He was the satirical critique. I mean, I didn't take him seriously. I didn't think we were supposed to take him seriously.
In 60 seconds, I repeat, just 60 seconds, Detective Murphy brings him down.
You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you.
This, my friends, is the future of American justice.
So we've been talking about the director a little bit. We heard that Aronofsky was going to do it, but the person who ended up doing it is José Padilha, who we know from Elite Squad 1 and 2.
Yeah, this is totally up his alley.
I think he was absolutely the right director.
It was a great choice, and that's, to me, I was really excited about this movie because of that choice. I'm a big fan of Elite Squad 1 and 2. And the thing that I think is lacking that those movies had is a gritty realism to them. Again, they were rated R, and they had this lived-in feel to it that I felt like this movie was lacking a little bit.
What's missing here is a desire to be contemporary, but still have this PG-13 element where you bring in both the kids and the adults, and sometimes that blend does not work.
So
well.
But I think that's a mistake. Even Joel Kinnaman, who plays RoboCop, before the movie started filming, said a RoboCop that's PG-13 is a mistake.
With the video game aesthetics that are happening several times in the movie, with him jumping on the back of Ed 209 like Spider-Man, with some of those visual effects, the blending of what was before an R-rated film and trying to make sure they get a PG-13 rating is what is problematic for this film.
This new RoboCop won't leave fans appalled, but it might not impress them either. Still, I think there's some great ideas here, and it deserves its own respect. So I say see it.
This RoboCop has some decent performances and great politics, but the Tin Man is still a little squeaky, could use a little more oil. I say stream it.
RoboCop, like the changing of his iconic suit, switches to something less substantive and something a little bit more wooden. Skip it.
Well, our votes add up to 1.5 tickets, which is a stream it for RoboCop.
All right.
Cheers!
Cheers, mates.
Just Seen It is made possible by Adobe and the Adobe Creative Cloud, including Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, and After Effects. More information is available at bit.ly/AdobePTV.